What's up, world? Let me tell you about this beard growth oil I got from 12 tribes on Earth. 8 ounces of oily goodness with a nozzle that prevents sprays and spills, and soft ingredients that make it perfect addition to anyone's morning routine. From coconut to castor, all these oils are hand chosen. After using this herbal blend, the biggest thing I noticed is how soft, how strong my hair was, and how good I feel. Pick up your bottle today and make your beard the star of the show.
Shalom, family. Good to see you all here. Hope you're doing well. Well, Africans, many of them will come here and say, oh, they're just going to be here for a while and then they're going to go back home. And then they never go back home, y'all. Many of them, once they leave Africa, they never, ever go back home. Many of them don't even go back to visit. Okay. And they give a variety of different reasons. Number one, their governments are unstable. There are no job opportunities a lot of times where they come from, maybe a village or wherever they live, there's no real opportunity. And a lot of times, believe it or not, their own families don't want them back, especially if they're sending money home. They want them to stay working outside of the country and continue to send money home, you know? And so when they lose their jobs, a lot of their family members will turn on them. They don't want to see them back at all because they see this as an opportunity for everyone to have money and to live better. And it's a lot of responsibility on many of them. And I watched a couple of videos, and some of them got to the point where they just flat out refuse to send any more money, you know? So I don't know. But it looks like the majority of them never go back, whether they're here or in the UK, Canada, they don't go back. Hmm. Yeah, it's not the same when they go back after leaving. All right, so let me share my screen. Okay. Dark Skin Brother, thank you so much for the super chat. Shalom, Lisa, my warrior sister. Keep up the amazing work, family. Thank you so much for your support. Okay, thank you for the ones.
Nigerians believe that when they are fleeing their country like cowards they are to be leeches, nuisance, and parasites to other people's countries, and they get there with pompous attitude that we are doctors, we are lawyers, we are entrepreneurs, we are smart, we are rich, we come from the great country, we are giants of Africa. They call that traveling. They say they are traveling. You and I understand what traveling is, right? We understand the definition of traveling. Yeah, it is where you go to another country temporarily for whatever purpose. It could be a vacation. It could be a business conference, a business trip, or whatever the case might be. But the purpose at the end of all of it is to come back home. Yeah, like your home country. But for them traveling, it is going to America and never come back to Nigeria, or come to South Africa, traveling, but they never go back to Nigeria. And we keep correcting them as South Africans, like, no, you did not travel. Yeah, you may have hopped on an airplane or on the back of a crocodile and came to South Africa and traveled. But the soonest you overstayed your welcome, you are no longer a traveler. You are now a criminal. Why? Because the country that you went to has what you call immigration laws. Just like South Africa has immigration laws, the United States have immigration laws, the UK has immigration laws, and everywhere else, including on this very continent called Africa. Africa also, the respective 54 countries have immigration laws, including Nigeria.
Quick one, guys. So, you know that a lot of people who are living in diaspora are always saying, living in the diaspora is not easy. It's stressful. You need to deal with the weather. You need to deal with the kind of hard labor that is here. You need to deal with getting your documentation. It's not easy. And yet, people in Africa are telling them, if it's not easy, come back now, let us go. These are 5 reasons why people living in the diaspora, Africans especially living in the diaspora, will not return, okay? Number 1 on top of my list is that, well, in the diaspora, there are opportunities, okay? You can easily get an opportunity that will change your life in an instance. Not because you know somebody in high place or because you are related to somebody in high place, but because you registered for something and you tried your luck. The second point will be the healthcare system, okay? When it comes to major healthcare issues, which can happen to the best of us, okay? We are human beings, we tend to fall sick, we tend to have issues, okay? Back in Africa, it's actually, this can deplete your savings. Like literally in Africa, I know a lot of people have savings, money kept aside for emergency purposes. And eventually they fall sick and this money is gone in 1 week, literally. All the money saved up, gone. In this part of the world, Europe especially, I can't say so for America, you here is subsidized, okay? For those who are working. Those who are not working is free for them. They will collect treatment. They will receive the best quality healthcare. It's not like you are receiving substandard healthcare. Pregnant women will give birth through CS here, and we don't hear of, oh, I don't have money to pay my hospital bill, so I'm being left in the hospital. You don't get to hear somebody who you know has been working for years now open a GoFundMe account to solicit for funds because he needs money for surgery, or he goes to all these non-governmental organizations to seek for funds. But we get to hear that back at home because his money has gone and now he's at the mercy of others. This third point is very important. So in Africa, help comes at a cost. You have to pay something, do something back in return. In this part of the world, you see somebody that will genuinely help you for no just reason. Okay, so this 4th point is real and true. You might be in Europe and you lost your job, you don't have anything you're doing, you're seriously struggling. But just because you took one picture in a nice building outside your street, wore jackets, people will just believe that you're enjoying and that life is so good for you, okay? That is what it is, okay? In Africa, people will tell you, cut soap for me, cut soap for me. They don't know that you've not eaten since morning. So there is nothing to cut. There's no soap to cut. We are just here crying in our Lamborghini, okay? There are struggles here as well, but it's easier to package than back home. This last one, if it's not true, please tell me in the comments, okay? Okay. Abroad, living in the diaspora actually pushes you to be your best self. You want to do something new, you want to start a business, you want to create a startup, you want to open that YouTube channel, you want to start doing master classes, you want to write a book. Abroad pushes you to do better because you have the platform, you have the opportunity, you have what it takes, everything, the materials it's to take for you to do it without shedding blood. You have all that available to you. Okay, in Africa, even if you have the initiative, you want to do stuff, a lot of things will try to hinder your progress and you will just decide to give up. So this last one is spot on. If you agree with me in the comment section, or if you disagree, let me know. Do well to share this content. Follow for more.
At a high level, do you think it's feasible for everyone to return home?
No.
Okay.
100% not. We don't need everyone to go back to Africa, quite frankly.
So you're not listening to the right.
No. I mean, it's a Cinderella story of some sorts.
Okay.
Because one, most of our economies are not self-sufficient. Like you mentioned, we're reliant on remittances. Our economies are fueled, families are fed by other family members abroad, exchange rate parity, yada, yada. They can send money back home to sustain people mainland. So if those people now leave and then return back, there's not enough of an economic engine back home in our countries, failure of us post-colonialism, to sustain, let's say, that family.
Yep.
So our economies, our countries are built on breadwinners being abroad.
Okay.
And if you happen to find yourself being the breadwinner abroad, you can come back home for holidays, but if you're going to return, what's the trade-off?
Okay.
The quest to get documentation to remain in the diaspora has become one of the rising reasons why many Africans will never see their home again until their deaths. Many Africans who traveled out of the country, especially Nigeria, most who travel because of the financial struggle they face back in Nigeria, are so desperate to remain where they are. And so many have filed for this so-called asylum status and has remained so stuck in the country they are. Some of them will never, ever visit their country again because of the asylum status they've acquired. At the end of the day, when they die abroad, they bring their casket to their country to bury.
There are times when your family back home don't even want to entertain or hear you say, oh, things are hard right now. I'm not coping very well. I don't have the money. I'm failing or whatever. They don't want to hear that. And if you dare suggest that, I'm thinking of coming back home, oh my goodness, that one is a no-go. There are times when our families put so much pressure on us because somewhere along the way, you stopped being a child. You stopped being a sibling, but you became the solution. You became the solution of the whole family. And that emotional weight, that pressure, guess what? It doesn't show on our payslips. It shows up or it manifests as burnout, as anxiety. When you hear that phone call, when that message comes through, it also manifests as you taking extra shifts, not for growth or not because you just want to work extra for that week, but you take extra shifts because you need to, because you're trying to avoid that guilt when next time that message comes through and you have to tell someone you don't have the money. This is how it manifests. But here's the uncomfortable truth. This is what people don't tell you. Over time, that giving, that generosity turns into resentment. It turns into resentment because people start expecting. People don't welcome you, don't welcome your phone calls, your messages, if you don't have any money. If you tell them, I'm sorry this month, I don't have, then you will find that the messages stop. The phone calls stop. People stop being receptive to you because you don't have anything to give them. But the moment you start giving again, then they start being all nice to you. That's how resentment starts, because that relationship is now transactional. It is no longer a real relationship. Resentment starts when the support you give your family starts feeling like a subscription, a monthly payment you need for your existence. I say existence because as human beings, we need relationships. We need our families. So if your family, if that relationship is tarnished because you don't have any money, then yeah, it becomes a situation where you need to make sure that you have the money for your own existence, for your own peace of mind, because you love your family after all.
Well, that's pretty messed up. So, African families, the moment they can't send money home, turn on them and stop talking to them. That's really messed up. Well, I know I watched a few videos today, and one man, I think he was an East African, and he said for a long time he would send money and send money. And the one time he could not send money, they completely turned, his family completely turned on him. And he was like, you know what? I'm not sending you nothing. And from that point on, he would not send them a dime because of the way they were acting. I think that's kind of cold that the Africans do that, but hey, it is what it is. I'm not in their family. So, as you can see, many of them that leave never return, they never go back. Whatever country they go to, that's usually where they stay. They never go back. Even the ones that, the Nigerians that moved to South Africa, they do everything they can not to go back to Nigeria. I mean, they know their economies are not good. There are not good job opportunities. There are not any of the perks they get outside of their country because their countries are really not strong countries at all. So it is what it is, but that doesn't mean we don't want y'all to leave. We still want you gone. So, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. I got one more live. There was another person that Officer Tatum interviewed, and we're going to watch that interview. Now, the strange thing about this one is Trayston Shepard. He said all of them are claiming to be the best friend of Nolan Wells, which is real bizarre, right? Nolan's parents have come out and said they don't even know who this Trayston Shepard is. They never met him before. Well, we will see. So, y'all, I will see you at 6:45. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Don't forget to pick up your hair products. And shalom, family.